Well, I'm looking at some shocking polls on the federal, state, and territorial levels. Welcome back to Biz Politics, everyone. I do apologise for my hiatus over the last few days. I can tell my voice is not where it used to be. I'm fighting off a common cold, so I do apologise if my voice sounds very different and if I don't sound as energetic. But I'll try to do my best. I did take a break, so and it was also my birthday on Tuesday, so yeah, I can legally use social media now. Not that I was banned, but yeah. But looking at some federal polls, we do have a bit of fluctuations over in the Liberal Party. Now, looking at the two-party preferred vote, there was a poll that was released, surveyed from the 18th to the 23rd of February by Essential. 1,002 people were surveyed, and this is the best poll in the two-party preferred vote for the LNP. Finally, for the first time in a long time, putting them back up in first place versus the ALP at 50.5. That's the first time since polling last year before the election. It's been actually probably around a year since we saw LNP leading in two-party preferred polls versus the ALP. Of course, they're still winning in two-party preferred polls against One Nation. But looking at the primary vote, we've had a series of jumping around for the ALP from 23 to 23.5 to 24. The best they've done is 26. And the worst One Nation done is 20.5, and the best One Nation have done is 28, which was a poll by Demos AU. But of course, the polls take it with a grain of salt. Some of these numbers are very different. Of course, you have some of the two-party prefers putting the ALP back at 53%, and then you got this other one putting the ALP at LNP at 50.5%. So look, I think take it with a grain of salt. We'll never really know, but a really, really good indicator will be the Farrer by-election when Susan Lee ends up resigning from Parliament. I think we'll have a really, really interesting conversation about that one. Of course, you got the independent Michelle Millthorpe. You got possibly Helen Dalton, a member of the New South Wales Legislative Assembly, very popular. Her area is actually contained inside the Farrer, the electorate of Farrer on a state level. She's her electorate is contained within that area around Albury, I believe, and she's very popular in that sort of regional area. And she's actually having talks with One Nation, from what I've seen, that to join and represent. And I think that'll be the best possible outcome. Someone with high profile or name recognition running for One Nation has already had a massive surge. I think that could prove amazing for One Nation. And I believe Helen Dalton was a member of Shooters, Farmers and Fishers Party, which is also very likely to run in the Farrer by-election. So we could have an only right-wing contest. From what I've seen, I don't think the ALP will run a candidate. I don't think there's much benefit in that for them. It's very unlikely. The Nationals, of course, will want to get it back. The Liberals, of course, will want to retain it. One Nation, of course, throwing their hat in the ring. The Independent, who got 44% of the two-party preferred vote at the 2025 election last year, of course, is running Michelle Millthorpe. She'll definitely want that seat too. So it'll be a right-wing contest, and it'll be crazy to watch.